Should I push her or should I pull her back? Push her?
Yeah, you should push her. I mean, that kills her, but yeah.
What? 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 No!
But it's okay for him to just break my stuff.
Of course not.
Wow, Meredith, you're looking actually okay. You don't have brain cancer.
You gave me this for my birthday. I mean, you should be pissed off too.
Oh, never mind.
What's wrong, but you don't just go punching every person who makes you mad.
That's the best fucking timing.
Grades above you. I mean, that kid practically
Volker, make sure that your statements are not so embarrassingly carelessly worded next time. What? What? You are so disrespectful. Amazing. All delinquents types like this, even the way you dress so flip-flop disregard for authority. Sweater fest, disgraceful. Delinquent? I'm on the student council! Motherfucker, I'm on the student council! You think that fucking, you think, oh, look, what about you, huh? We got a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Oh, look at me, I got a fucking Hawaiian shirt. How professional. I got a big fucking katana carrying around, swinging around. Hi-ya, hi-ya. You call that professional, motherfucker? You call yourself a businessman? Look at you, fucking dressed up all casual like that bitch-ass motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you get a fucking haircut? Shave that fucking beard of yours, you bitch-ass. Get some glasses for crying out loud. Oh, look at me, I'm Jagoro. I'm like a JoJo character. Hi-ya, hi-ya. Yeah. A hand pounds on my back a hard couple times, severely winding me. I couldn't care less about the culprit as I focused my thoughts on my chest in near automatic reaction. My hand instinctively tightens on my breast, and I start going through the steps I rehearse in my mind every other day. Breathe. In and out. For a measure of relief, I could slowly feel my chest becoming less tense. By the time I look up, my face is covered in sweat from the experience. No! No! Not only did he cause a heart attack, but it's also... No! Well, you see,
Man, that impression of Shia LaBeouf in college is fantastic.
Oh god, you know what? I gotta look up now real quick. His fucking freak out in Dark of the Moon. You know what I'm talking? You know when he's in the car?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, that guy's just. Look at this guy. He's just. he's just hanging there. Look at this. This guy's just hanging here.
It can allow them to stay on the map, but these are dumb as shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that guy was just fucking hanging there. Come on!
As every he punches in the boss's head. Family, 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 family.
That's right. Yeah, come on, bitch. The power of family. Yes, yes. Come on, power of family. Okay, there we go. Come on, come on. That's it. That's it. Power of family, baby. Okay, how do I do this? Hiya! Oh, her frontal lobe. Oh.
Oh wow! It's Grand Theft Auto 5 in here. Like
Oh, eat it!
Is Spider-Man 2 gonna have free-form switching characters?
Yeah! There we go. We did it. We beat the game. Power of family. That's the power of family for you! Don't keep me in the dark this long, man!
Well, he's got... You gotta make sure you...
Oh! Oh, let's go! Let's go! I called it! Yeah! That's right! I fucking called it! Let's go! Makoto's the owner of the empty lot! Oh, that's... Yeah! Let's go! I called it! Oh, that feels good. That's vindication right there. Holy shit. Fucking called it. Let's go.
That long pause before he starts. You can,
Yeah, we're gonna lose.
You see the image, you can hear it.
Oh, we won! Oh! 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 There truly is a god.
Man, Chang has experienced high tide.
He made me experience high tide, man. Oh! Yeah, let's go! We won! I-Chen, you were amazing! I know you weren't doing too well, but I-Chen, you did great! No, none of that CG crap. No, our man Nolan, he perfectly recreated the actual nuclear bomb. Why is this sexy saxophone music playing with this little girl? Stop it, game! Stop! No!
Out of this house. Out of this house.
Out of this house! Out of this house! Bad! No! Could you give him the most important thing? Little girl? No.
She's gonna give
No.
No, you're.
I know it's the car, but still, though, it's like, with the sexy saxophone music going on, it's like, no.
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 Oh, wait.
Here you go. What a pain. You alright, lady? This is gonna get ugly, so you should take a step back. Thank you. Baseball bat!
Kangas, what the fuck is that?
I don't know, it's
Slap it on with the Midas Zeus.
slap it on with a Midas Zeus.
Gotta be patient. Calm down.
Okay. I just brought out the gun and they went flying. Just, oh yeah, you want to deal with us? We'll see about that. Just bring out the gun.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Yes! Yeah! Oh! I need to pause. I need to pause. Oh my god.
Worst part is it wasn't even gonna be over.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Nick, I think I'm gonna fucking lose.
You went to go get some water.
Oh, not the last one. I think I'm gonna fucking lose it.
I have returned with my drink.
Hey, Nick. I think I'm gonna fucking lose.
You haven't already?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly fine, man.
Ever since you came back, Nick.
Oh my gosh.
See if you can make it through here, Sonic.
How about I do this, Eggman? How about you fucking die? You piece of shit. Nobody likes you, Eggman.
Sonic, you're scaring me.
Yes, yes, yes. Alright, Sonic's story is done! Golly, I've been waiting to tell you this. Gamma-torns aren't real people. They are things created by Matanui.
Enjoyment, yes.
That's enough.
I am alive, and in your debt, my sister.
Tahoe, are you okay?
I'm no longer sexist.
There's all the links and all that in the about section. If you're watching on the replays on YouTube, all the links in the description. Look at that! Hey, did you see that? The fucking cat just spun into a little ball there. Let's go! Hey! 808! Hey, who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty? Oh, look at that! He's playing patty cake with a cat. Oh, oh, there's a little robot doggy. Hey, hey boy, hey, hey, hey. Hey, who's a good boy? No, come back, doggy. I want to pet the robot dog. So, Nakai, what brings you to this place? Is your problem inside? I don't think it's anything in your head. The problem must be in your pants. What are you saying? Hey, what are you laughing at? Don't you laugh at it! Sorry, I was right. There is something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? I have a hard problem, arrhythmia. It's not small, damn it! She's shuffling about relentlessly, constantly swinging one leg over the other knee and then back again. She has a very irritated look on her face. Something wrong? Yes. No. Yes. She closes her eyes and draws in a deep breath. Hisao, you might not want to hear this, or maybe you do. I'm having my Oh! Her Aunt Flo decided to take a visit, I guess!
You enjoying this scene, Chase?
I don't know. I mean, you sure you still want to get risk hiding in the rain? Of course! What, the threat of rain is supposed to stop me? Nick, Emmy's literally the type of— Just a quick reminder that I do have stream elements. There's a $50 monthly goal. You can tip, donate, etc., whatever you want to call it. You do not have to if you don't want to.
Nah, I still remember Pokemon calls out to controversy.
Yeah. I wanna be the very best Swiftie fan in the world. Gonna sacrifice a poor movie theater employee to the demon god Taylor Swift. Poor not the last one is sacrificed. He succumbed to the Swifties. We gotta accept that he is gone. Damn you, Taylor Swift.
So the Pokemon are Taylor Swift's personal demons. Oh my goodness, those pastors were right.
They are. Oh, there's Mr. Matchstick.
Taylor Swift. No. Oh, I have an idea. Hear me out. We make a Pokemon game where do you know how like every Pokemon game has a team?
Yeah.
A team like a criminal organization team based on Swifties, and the leader is based on Taylor Swift.
Oh my goodness. What the hell?
Oh, come on. You could do that with a boy band, though.
So I watched the Mummy for the first time.
Which one?
I need to see that for myself.
Which one?
Brendan Fraser.
Oh, nice.
You know, the good Mummy.
It's a really fun adventure movie.
Yeah. And then you kind of learn about what happened behind the scenes, and you're like, oh man. Fuck.
What happened?
The Mummy is one of those movies where is an example of behind the scenes Brendan Fraser being, you know, like abused and all that. It was pretty shit. Like
Is it the one with the sexual stuff?
No. Hold on, was it? I forgot what.
Man, this man can not not catch a break.
I forgot. I think it was the. Hold on. Remind me. Did this movie have the scene where Brendan Fraser's like being hung and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that scene, he was actually being hung.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a story to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. They. Yeah. So like they actually hung him for real in that scene, and then Brendan Fraser said like he almost, you know, like, no, he did pass out, and then like people were like, oh my gosh, is he okay? And then like it was a damn good thing, you know, he didn't, you know, die there. But like that was an example
David
of.
Summers, what were you thinking on that?
I actually know a story of another celebrity accidentally being hung for real.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck?
It was Alice Cooper.
Oh my goodness.
They had during his performance, they would, you know, he has a horror theme. So they would actually they would have a hang him, and they would have this wire that would stop him from actually, you know, choking and stuff.
Well, like
and then they reused it so much, and they didn't replace it. It broke.
Oh jeez, yikes!
And they were able to get him out, but you know, that was probably an uncomfortable time.
Yeah, that sucks to hear. Yeah, but so yeah, Brendan Fraser, he was actually hanging there, but you know, thankfully, he's still around. He's making a comeback. God, I love Brendan Fraser so much. I'm so happy for that man.
He's in the Scorsese movie, the new one.
Yeah, he is, and I'm very happy for him. Yeah, it's like that man. Yeah, that man. I'm glad for his comeback. He deserves every bit of it. So yeah. But yeah, like he had a pretty bad experience with the movie theater, you know, the movie industry and this stuff. So that shit sucked. But thankfully, that shit's being, you know, like called out now, and people are like, oh, okay, that's what the fuck were you guys doing? That's bad. So.
There's a scene in LA Noire where there's an actual where you go to Hollywood and and you go into a film studio. And during one of the scenes, you can go and find that there's a in the dressing room. There's a two-way mirror with a camera.
Yeah.
Cars.
I need to fucking finish Eleanor.
I need to play Eleanor, though. I still.
It's one of the detective games.
Yeah, but the only thing I know from Eleanor is that scene with the mobster. You fuck young boys, young fathers. Are you out of your mind?
Are you a madman?
Are you a madman?
You fuck young boys, Valdez.
Are you a madman?
I'm still standing.
Alright.
You know, the best part is that's the right choice.
You're supposed to accuse him. That's amazing. What a great way to start off interrogation. Just accuse him of pedophilia. Just, hey, Valdez, you little kid.
Listen, man,
What
he's
the
not
fuck?
American. Or what rights does he have?
He's not American. Get your non-American ass out of LA. LA sucks. LA's a scary place. Ooh, filled with ghouls and vampires and zombies. Ah, zombie! No,
And
that's
in Shanghai, sometimes you might even see him in a theater instead of just on the street.
Yeah. Ah, zombie! No, that's just a homeless guy. Oh my goodness, I got scared there for a second.
Fire! No, that's just a Hollywood exec.
Oh my goodness, I got scared here.
Hollywood exec.
Hollywood exec.
Send them to Detroit.
Britt, take him to Detroit. No.
Okay, what's worse, Detroit or Los Angeles?
Probably Detroit, because at least Los Angeles, despite the homeless issue going on, it's still pretty much a city. Detroit is just a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Like, why the fuck is Detroit? Why are people still in Detroit? I don't understand. Like you see the images like Detroit's like slums, right? It's like, what the hell happened there? Jesus Almighty.
City of the automobile.
Yeah.
Unions.
So yeah,
Unions.
Yeah, so if you wanna, so in my opinion, yeah, Detroit's probably a worse place than Detroit's
and I
probably
think
a worse
also
place.
with Detroit, I think I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a lack of competition there. I know like the automotive industry kind of fell apart, especially when when other countries' cars became better.
Well, not just better, but cheaper too. So, but there was the show me and Nick were watching. Was it Supermansion? There's one scene I like quoting. It's just the Captain America parody. He goes to Detroit. He's like, I'm going to the city where America, of the great American and pride, Detroit. Wait a minute, this isn't Detroit, is it? It's just like a Mad Max wasteland. Master Blaster owns his town now! Detroit Be Human game? Yeah, Detroit Become Human.
Unfortunately, Detroit will never become human.
Detroit, be not robot.
I still love Transformers Animated because it has the most unrealistic thing, and which is not the alien robots, it's that Detroit ended up getting back on its feet. That's the most unrealistic part.
Any cities can get back on its feet. It's.
I just find that's the most unrealistic part about that show. Not the alien robots that turn into cars, but Detroit actually became an actual fucking city again.
I have a question. Wait, what was Detroit known for?
The automobile industry.
Cars.
Yeah, that's where all our automobiles used to be manufactured. Comet. Then that shit went to bust.
Like the entire region around like the Great Lakes was a massive industrial area.
Yeah.
They had output like crazy, and then it was called the Foundry, and that was called the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
it was where the middle class was thriving, and then stuff happened. The unions, the automotive industry kind of fell apart, and also, I'm pretty sure there was also some racial politics.
Woo! Racial politics! Yeah, let's go! I love systemic racism! Yeah!
Unions? That's a strange way to say mafia.
Well, I mean, they were pretty much in cahoots, Comet, you know it.
Hey, Comet, I think I hear somebody knocking on your door.
Be careful, Comet. You don't want to be Jimmy Hoffa, do you?
It's a violin. I think it's a violin case, Comet.
Be careful, Comet. You don't want to end up like Jimmy Hoffa, pissing off the unions like that.
Either that, I end up like Darkman.
Darkman?
Got burned. Ended up becoming a bandaged rat vigilante out for revenge.
Oh, I still have not seen Darkman.
We should watch it.
Yeah, we should. Why not?
Isn't Darkman on the list for this month?
No, it's not on for this month. Maybe it was for like.
What was it? What was it?
Maybe it was like the last time we watched for the Halloween. No.
Was it Danny Darko then?
Yeah,
Donnie Darko in the name.
Donnie Darko.
Okay, I was confusing it with Donnie Darko.
Yeah. No, Darkman's a different. But yeah, you don't want to be Jimmy Hoffa at Comet. You don't want to end up like him.
A union is like a union as in modern day is like a sword. You take it out. You use it to stab someone, but you don't want to carry. You want to put it back in its sheath. You don't want to carry it around all day, every day for 24/7, or you're liable to just lop your arms off doing something.
Yeah. So be careful. Unions.
And just like a sword, it's pretty fucking medieval. But just stay back in the medieval ages.
Yeah. It's like a lightsaber.
So yeah, unions.
I hate.
You okay?
Marvel Crisis Protocol. Your miniatures are too tiny. Your pieces are in your original core set. They're too small in pieces to assemble.
Drink water, Chelsea. I'm fine, Chelsea. I'm not that thirsty. Don't die, James. Well, we're gonna try not to. Because, unions. Scary. Oh, gosh. You know what else is scary? The most scary... You know what's scarier than unions? Nazis.
Real life. Oh.
Behold! I am the ghost of Adolf Hitler! What the hell, Adolf? I thought you were hiding in Argentina! That was a lie! Ooh.
I was trying to funny, like there was like a comic. I forgot which one. And then we're discussing the origin of Taskmaster. When he was S.H.I.E.L.D., he just busted a village full of Hitler clones.
Full of Hitler clones. That's amazing. Ooh, Hitler. Scary. So
another comic story where with one Hitler clone just like lived life and with no memories at all. And just live life in a village.
But they keep the funny mustache though.
I don't know. I just know he married a Brazilian.
Wow. That's a lie, Ray. He was cloned in Brazil. But I thought he faked his death and went to Argentina. No, everything's up in a lie. Oh gosh.
Hey,
No, there was a clone of Hitler that just popped up when the world ended, and then there was two Hitler clones. And then when Superman confronted him, who's now Santa Claus, he goes, "Of course, don't you know anything about science?"
Also,
this Nazi World War II film is weird. What the?
Also, there's this manga. It's like it's pretty much like an anime Clone High.
Uh-huh.
And this company trying to like clone all these famous people and trying to make them live up to their expectation.
Did they clone Hitler?
Yes, he's like the sweetest little boy.
He was such a sweet boy. And then he met a Jew, and everything went downhill from there.
No, actually, he just constantly knows about his donator.
Uh-huh.
He constantly worried and like constantly scared they might end up like him.
All right.
Like, yeah, I think that he get.
Yeah, but I still find it funnier. I still think it's funnier though if like he was just a normal guy, and then he bumped to a Jewish kid, and well, everything went downhill from there. And then he went, this World War II Nazi movie is weird. Ninjago, why the fuck is but
everybody loves the third act where Hitler time traveled in the past to fight Kung Fury.
Exactly. Gosh. Maybe Downfall is a good movie after all. This sounds like a fantastic movie. Hitler faking his death, going to Argentina and all that. Did he go?
Okay.
Okay, but for real though, did Hitler? Alright, but for real though, we should actually start like doing our topics now. So, Ninjago, why is Hitler so scary? Ooh.
Because he was an actual person.
Oh gosh, he was a person! Ah! Scary!
What do you say, he wasn't a robot? A lizard man robot?
No, and also, this film not only covers, okay, so this is a story based on 2 books.
Okay.
One is a book called Until the Fire, Inside Hitler's Bunker.
Huh.
By an historian, but also Until the Final Hour, written by the sort of main character of the film, Trotty Young.
Huh.
So the film is a German film. So it's all in German.
All right.
It's all spoken in German, and so it's a film that it's a very interesting film. So the film begins in 1942.
Okay.
When it's basically Young's interview of how she became Hitler's secretary. Like his personal secretary. And the film kind of shows Hitler, you know, how you have like expectation of Hitler of being like screaming Nazi and like an insane man. And he's normal. He's a normal dude, and
I'm assuming it goes downhill from here though.
Yeah, because after that scene, and like he was even self-deprecating, so you kind of get a sense that he's like a more normal. Even though this is 42, he has already done horrible things, including murdering his political opponents. But it's a way to showcase how Hitler became popular, and like people trust him, because what happens is that after that scene, we cut to 1945, the final week of Hitler's life, and the Battle of Berlin.
Woo!
Like, so you know who's probably more scarier than the crazy Germans?
Who?
Crazy Russians.
The vengeful Russian playing.
Oh God, Soviets!
You really did not want to be a fucking German right at the end of World War II on the eastern side of Germany. The Russians figuratively and literally fucked their way through Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, so to get we did talk a bit about like the Russian campaign when we talked about World at War, but just to remind you, you would be lucky if you were a person in Germany to encounter a Russian division that was commanded by a decent officer. As in, not not sexually assaulting and murdering people.
Yay.
So a person who normally understands the whole idea about just war theory. And hey, anime guy, we're talking about
the scariest thing you could imagine. Adolf Hitler! Ooh.
Yeah, I remember listening to the Dan Carlin Eastern Front podcast, and it was. I actually got a few parts that I got tears out of me, how just depressing it was.
Yeah, like the Eastern Front. Eastern Front is the equivalent of two gangs fighting each other. Of the worst gangs.
Oh, lovely.
Except it's millions, but okay, so
between communists and fascists, whoever wins, the people at the bottom, everybody loses.
Everybody loses.
Yeah. So
when does so I have to ask Ninja, when does Hitler go on his the famous rant that everyone knows from this movie?
Pretty close to the film. So the way the film is shot and the story is told is that it's not necessarily a linear like point A, point B.
Oh, okay.
Type of affair. You're bouncing around between people. So there's essentially three main plots. And then there's like little branches off those plots because you're not only following Hitler and his personal secretary, you're also following the commanders. The generals that was inside the bunker. Most of the film is inside of a bunker. But you get stuff outside in the front lines. But the other storylines is that you get a boy named Peter, who is a Hitler Youth, who's part of the defense.
Lovely.
Yeah. So you get to see the horrors of like these kids fighting.
At the end of the war, eventually all they had to defend, a lot of what they had just to defend the against the Russians were old men and children.
Wow.
And
that's oof.
If you really want to get me, holy shit, do I fucking hate the idea of child soldiers.
And so you not only got that going on where you see like his arc essentially just to might as well just go through the brief storyline. So the kid says is that his dad is wounded, he lost an arm, but he is like, stop it, don't fight, and he's like telling the kids don't to fight. And there's this horrifying scene where two of the older teenagers, one of them a girl, both committed suicide.
Oh my gosh.
Leaving the boy, and like so the boy gets more of the front line, but also seeing the horrors of basically Nazi death squads.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, even during the fall of Berlin, there was still squads going on to kill dissidents.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and essentially the story ends with him. His parents end up being killed because they were helping people escape these death squads. And he escaped with the main character at the end, crossing the Soviet lines to get to the Americans. And like a constant thing throughout the film with me and my dad was my dad is like, it's like, it's so funny how they could have avoided all this suffering by just surrendering to the Americans and like the Western powers. Because they were relatively nicer. There was war crimes. We weren't totally good guys. There was some war crimes going on, but compared to what was comparatively, no.
Ninjato? We won. We didn't do any war crimes.
Okay.
No, that was some genuine war crimes.
That was a. I know.
Not. Yeah. There was genuine war crimes, but there were few in the. No.
We were not the Soviets.
This is not a hopeful movie. There's no Hearts of Iron where it's about good Germans stalling for the innocents to flee. No, this is all the bad Germans to the end being so ideological, following this one man Hitler, who's insane. And you get to see that with the Doctor. So there's this character who was a doctor. Like, not even a doctor actor. He was a bureaucrat in part of the hospital, but he had to play the role of medic. And he is somebody who's, like, totally out of this war. Like, he's only surviving. So his story is more about survival and, like, trying to help people. But then we get to the main story. Like, where you get the horror is not just Hitler, who is at this point going insane. Like, you have the bouts of him, like his famous rants of rants that is like the #1 internet meme.
Yeah.
About how everyone's incompetent, but you just get to see the mindset of Hitler at this point, where he still has delusions of grandeur.
Wow.
Like, he was making plans of a Germany after World War II, when the artillery was still coming in.
Wow.
And his future wife, where he marries during the film, and then they both commit suicide, was portrayed as a party girl, essentially trying to party away from the depressing reality. Like, there's this scene that I actually left at the punchline at the end, where it's a party in your ball setting, and you still hear artillery going on, but you hear music. And at one point, like, the lights comes out, and she's like, Eva Braun is like, no, more music, dancing. Like, live and be merry, like, drink and be merry, for tomorrow we die. That was the whole scene. And then it ends with an artillery explosion through the window.
Oh, dang.
Which, like, the delusions they go through, like, of the leadership trying to avoid, while some of the leaders are trying to escape, like Himmler escaped during the film, and then Himmler Hitler finding out about Himmler's betrayal, and thus try to have.
May I just say something?
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the old joke of Hitler had his number. Hitler's number 2 was named Himmler. That's like Mario having a sidekick named Wario. I'm sorry, but that's.
No, that's alright. Himmler.
Yeah. So, and then there are commanders who were confused, like trying to what to do about. Some of them wanted to end the war, as soon as possible. To save people.
Yeah.
And the others, it's like, no, we need to follow our Fuhrer. And by the way, in my opinion, there's this couple.
Okay.
Who's, in my opinion, worse than Hitler.
Really?
The Goebbels.
Why are the Goebbels so bad?
I recognize the name.
Why are they bad?
Hey. They make... So, Gendo, Ikari, right?
Yeah.
Soleda's Mercury's mom, right?
So
how...
they're bad parents?
They're worse. You see, they love them. They love their children so much. But one problem. They don't want them to be raised in a world where National Socialism no longer exists.
Oh, fuck no. They kill the kids, don't they?
Oh, no.
And guess how they killed them?
Oh, fuck.
Figure out the death net. Do you think it was a bullet to the head? Or regular poisoning?
Oh no.
It's something slow and really painful, isn't it?
They gave them sleeping draught.
Okay.
And like one of the girls they showed trying to restrain, not take the quote unquote medicine, but they forced it down her throat.
Oh.
And then when they were asleep, they grabbed cyanide pills.
Oh, fuck.
And you know how cyanide is.
Yeah.
Especially after watching Skyfall if you do it wrong.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, in my opinion, that's worse.
Oh my gosh. What the fuck?
And then they committed suicide with a bullet. So they didn't even take the poison themselves.
So they went the coward's way out. Wow.
Yeah, they murdered their children through poison, and
Wow.
they shot themselves.
Wow.
Yeah, and this was after Hitler Hitler committed suicide.
Oh my god.
And like it was clear that the army was surrendering and stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's yes, Chelsea, the children.
Nazis,
No one was saved.
Nazi are assholes, Ray. Yeah, man. They're assholes. They're
yeah. Like this.
We talk about communism is a bigger threat nowadays, but and we still forget that Nazis were fucking horrific.
Yeah,
just as well.
You get to see like those are like the overview of all the crimes that was happened throughout this film, but that's the horror element. The horror element is that people, even to the end, and even till Hitler committing suicide, people still followed him. In fact, there was scenes like after Hitler committed suicide, a lot of Nazi officers and even soldiers point guns to their mouths or heads and fired off. It's
yeah, that's jeez.
Like so you like that was like the main horror. Like again, this is why I picked this for a horror movie because you got it. Real life horror is infinitely more scarier than fantasy horror. Because actual people.
Yeah.
Was done, and also the film, in a sense, quote unquote humanized Hitler a bit, but not really. Not like what we think of humanizing is like, oh, he's like a nice person. No, you see like the irony of he did cyanide his own dog, by the way, which he loved.
Oh wow.
Like insane. Like you see also in his dialogue, you see him talking about his version of Germany. Like by the end, it was so he viewed the German people by the end of it as weak, and that the battle burden was calling the weak. Because everything was falling apart. Like he wasn't like taking responsibility at the end for his failures. He blamed it on others, like quote unquote incompetent commanders, or the German people for being so weak, for not fulfilling his vision. And you get bouts of him being sober and realizing that it's all over. But him refusing to, like, that's like one of the scenes, like the Hitler rant. That was one of those scenes where you get to see sobering. Like, he even said, like, it's over. But the film still goes on because people didn't know what to do. So they just followed him.
Jeez. That's...
And like, so this is one of the films I would classify the same category as Schindler's List. Where it's a great film. It's a great 2 hours and 35 minute film that you probably only need to see once. And just to like finish up, so the film was bookended by the interview of the actual woman who wrote the book. And this was filmed this was released around the time she passed away out of old age. And she talked about afterward. It ends with her talking about the Holocaust, right? Where she said, like, it took her a while for her to even consider taking responsibility for what happened.
Oh my god.
Because she even said, like, she couldn't believe, like she didn't know explicitly because she was the secretary, and apparently she didn't get the information about it.
Oh my goodness.
But then, like, you know, at the end, it's like, she kind of meant, it's like, well, yeah, but I could have, you know, found out about it, right? I had that ability. Like, there was some events in the film did not cover about her life, like how she was married during this time.
Okay.
She was.
Huh.
And then her husband she married a soldier. And you know what happened? You could probably guess.
Jeez.
Yeah. And like, so there's a tragedy.
Yeah.
To this film. Like, we could, you know, make fun of him, like, you know, the whole, as Anime Guy put out, like, the drugs and stuff, and, like, you know, the funny memes, but this film helps you remind about, one, like, there is moments where you not fully sympathize, right? But, like, you understand him, where he's coming from, and understand what he's feeling at. But also, it doesn't shy away about how much of a horrible person he is.
Well, like I said, like we the whole to talk about, you know, like, calling Hitler like a goober and stuff like that's still not denying that, you know, yeah, he was a fucking terrible person.
Well, I'm not talking about him as a terrible, like,
well, yeah, like, just he was just terrible, like.
Well, he's also, for me, the fascinating part. And I think this is also why people are still fascinated about him to this day, is that his origin story of how he became evil is all too human. Where he had, like, rejection from, like, a terrible father, rejection of, like, his dreams essentially dying.
Yeah.
With art school, and then his dream of his country dying with World War I, and the reparations of revenge by the French over their defeats, and causing the cycle to continue in a worse way. It's like a story that is, like, in my opinion, for me, this is how Downfall is, like, how the best way of when you're doing, like, a film trying to talk about how evil, how bad Nazis are.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of you do it by showing the truth. Not like, in my opinion, not like making like a comedy film, like a silly film, like make an imaginary Hitler. Like, nothing against Jojo Rabbit as a film, right? I just don't like the approach.
One, Jojo Rabbit.
It's a comedy. It has its place. You know, you're making fun of it, but downfall needs to be. Downfall is more important, and it should be taken in.
Also, like, I feel like it's like Jojo Rabbit's kind of going for a different thing. Yeah, it's a comedy, but also like, it's also, you know, mostly from like it's mostly from like a little kid's perspective. But like, you know, like it's one is like a work of fiction where it's from like some kid's perspective, at least, you know, in the movie, and then in general it's just, you know, it's a comedic take, it's a comedy movie. Like, it's like you can't really like
I would classify Jojo Rabbit as a comedy film by a person from the modern day.
I mean, like, it's a comedy movie. And it's a comedy at the end of the day. Like, you can't really just all of a sudden go, oh, let's also feature you know, of fucking evil parents poisoning their kids with cyanide. Like, that's like all of a sudden it goes, well, it's not really funny anymore.
Didn't the main character's mom in that film end up being hanged though?
Yeah, but like it's okay, but like
you still had the dark moments.
Yeah, but like it's nothing like to the point of like, you know, like there's a filter, obviously. So I guess that's the word I'm looking for. There's a filter, but like I don't think that's necessarily, you know, like a bad thing. It's just, you know, one movie is more filtered than the other. Downfall is a much more unfiltered, just presenting as is, you know.
Like I'm just talking about why I don't like Jojo Rabbit. That I am never gonna watch Jojo Rabbit because of that. Like there's a difference between. I'm not saying that it's a bad film or it's like, but it's like, in my opinion, when you're gonna do a film about essentially the message is like screw Hitler or like screw Nazism, I think like the better approach is something more like Downfall. Like if you want to do like a comedy piece, like I would be more interested in terms of comedy about Hitler is is it called like The Fuhrer or The Dictator? The Charlie Chaplin film?
I think it's The Dictator.
Yeah, so it was a film that was actually done during the 30s. Or like the 40s.
It was The Great
Dictator. Like this was before... What?
The movie's called The Great Dictator.
Okay, yeah. It was a film that was released during... either during or right before World War...
It was during 1940.
Yeah, but they didn't realize about the Holocaust. So also, you know why people didn't know about the Holocaust until after World War II?
What?
There were reports of it, but people did not believe them. And you want to know why? The media. The media during World War I spun so many tales of war crimes that were not true, that when the reports about the Holocaust came to it, people were like, yeah, right.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
So yeah, I would say this is a film like you should watch. It's free on YouTube. You can watch it with ads right now. And the only problem is only for those who have a tendency to not like reading. It's subtitled.
It's a sub. I'm sorry, I'm a dub man.
Well,
you
sucks to be you.
That was a joke.
So Chelsea.
Sucks to be you, Mastic.
So Chelsea,
read.
you need to read.
Read. So and then you could be depressed afterwards.
Yeah, that I don't know. Stuff with the child soldiers is like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking scummy shit. That's
Well, it's more when you ran out your young men because you.
I fucking know. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. There's one thing that's gonna make it really fucking hard for me to get through with child soldiers. Like, apostrophe.
Not the
apostrophe.
kind.
Apostrophe in a real life setting.
Yeah.
Because if it's like a fictional stuff and like whatever, but this is World War II. That's a bit too close to home.
Yeah, it's real. It happens. So
Or like, didn't Puck Down feature child soldiers? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
One of the reasons that I really don't like it is that because I was listening to Dan Carlin stuff on the Eastern Front, and I just pictured my brothers.
Oh fuck.
As a child soldiers.
Oh
and
shit.
It just. I started crying after that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. You like listening to people summarizing about stuff. Breaks your heart. Like there's this the History Buff episode on Midway by Rowan Emmerich. He actually ended it with a criticism about Rowan Emmerich ending the film. This film is something like along the lines. This film is dedicated to the soldiers of the U.S. Navy and the Japanese Navy. And the reason he criticized it is because Japan's war crimes. And horrible. Like probably out of all the nations of World War II, you know, in terms of evil, Soviet Russia, Nazi Germany, and
Imperial
Japan are all S-tier awful.
It is a difference. It is a difference between casual and competitive war criming.
Yes, but in terms of competitive war crime, right? On that specific thing, I would argue Japan is the worst.
Well, listen, man. Japan brings their competitive spirit to everything.
Like, it's not even funny. It's like they think it's basically the military was like a cycle of abuse.
Okay.
Where the officers abused the soldiers, and then the soldiers abused everyone else.
Wow.
Like, they would like walk down the street and see local women, and they go, "Oh, they look tasty."
Wow.
And then they assaulted them, and then they killed them.
I'm about to rape your Nanking.
Jesus Christ. That's oh my gosh.
Yep, that's what that's actually a historical reference. they ruined. They did so much horrors in Nanking before World War II even began that it was called the Rape of Nanking.
Well, we know about. I know about the thing. But like,
I would describe. Would you even describe? I'm. Shit, my actualness. It's technically, you know, would it be part of the same conflict? It is. Well, it is.
Yeah,
you know.
usually lump it together. They lump it. People lump it together because.
Yeah, because World War II is one of those wars. Is a great war. So it's just a whole bunch of smaller wars tied together.
Yeah.
You know, I lastly like what ironic was I believe a Nazi ambassador or something was in the city and tried to stop the whole thing.
There's examples of like Germans trying to get Chinese out of Asia, and like Japanese trying to get Jews out of Europe.
Yeah,
you'll find stories about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
one of my favorite stories is that so the European war has been concluded. Germany is defeated. Poland is reinstated. I declare war on you, Japan. Japan's like, fuck off. We don't accept this.
Wow.
What are you gonna do anyway?
Alright. Oh.
Yeah, so...
it's just me. That's me on it.
So yeah, that's it for my topic, so... I think, and I need to head to bed, so sorry for having to leave on such a depressing note.
Alright. That's alright.
I'll tell you, I promise, next time it's gonna be a lot more lighthearted topic.
Alright. Okay.
Right, have a good night.
Alright, have a good night, Najaro. Alright. Well, now we are down to half the cast. Awesome. Well, fuck is not a Nick! I mean, not I understand. He has to deal with the fucking Swifties, who are arguably... You know what? That's the thing.
Is there a Taylor Swift movie coming out?
It's already out. You know what?
I said, is there a Taylor Swift movie coming out?
Yeah, it's already out. That's what I'm saying. Like, Taylor Swift Eras tour movie, it's out now, and like all the Swifties
Lord
are
help
going
not.
crazy. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Okay, this is Ninjato. I know you're watching on the replay, so Ninjato, this is a joke, okay? It's a joke. You know, sure we talk about how Nazis are bad, but man, Swifties though. Oh gosh. Oh no,
Nazis are bad, but at least they're not fucking annoying.
Yeah, at least they're not Swifties. Now Swifties does. Oh boy, that's a whole nother level we have to deal with. Oh gosh. Alright.
They will sacrifice poor men to their goddess.
To their demon goddess, Taylor Swift. Oh my gosh. Alright. Man. The future looks grim because of the Swifties. Swifties are making the future look terrible.
Grim.
Well, speaking of the future, Comet, what the hell is this future? What are these monstrosities here?
Oh man, let's have fun with this. You see, all tomorrow is a speculative evolution.
Hmm.
You know,
speculative evolution.
You see, mankind. And I'm going to paraphrase, but mankind reached the stars, then colonies to Mars. You know, colonies to Mars. And then, due to the low gravity, the Martians, the people on Mars evolved and they became taller. But it's more on the thinner side.
Ah.
And then they went to war with Earth.
Wait, are you saying that when humans on Mars become like the stereotypical like Martians we think of?
No, I think that it became like really like tall and lanky. And they went to war with Earth. And it wasn't like the infinite thing. It wasn't like spaceship battles or anything. It was more like computers just calculating hormones and such, and just I think like shooting at each other.
Okay.
Shooting, throwing rocks at each other. Then it went bad. Like the war was so bad. They went there. They got together. To be like, yeah, we kind of screwed up. Let's be friends again. Do some political reforms. Yeah. Then the Q arrived.
The Q?
What? Oh shit, Q! What are you doing out of your basement? I thought you're supposed to be making weapons for James Bond.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Oh, let's show you a picture.
Q, what the fuck are you leading an Q? What are you doing?
Now, here, look in instrument background. This is the Q.
Okay.
Now, it all goes. What's the word? All goes
downhill from here.
Is this Scientology?
Wait. Well, no. It all goes down from. You see, they have this religion. There's like religion of like we must, related to like genetically engineering.
Oh gosh, this sounds like Scientology. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I shouldn't say Scientology because they could sue me. I meant the Church of Spaceship Beep Boop. My bad. This sounds like this Church of Spaceship Beep Boop. It's a Family Guy joke comment.
Well, because they believe. That I'm sorry. They believe that today's a sapient life.
Okay.
Is a plane that will eventually eradicate the natural order. So
awesome.
They pretty much go, they're intergalactic nomads go from galaxy to galaxy. Stopping at certain galaxies for a million years before moving on. And they like every sapient species they come across, they alter them in proportion to their quote unquote crimes.
Okay.
Starting with the mirror. Pretty much they start with sapiens.
Okay.
And change the bodies and such. And humanity fought these war, and they went to war, and humanity got curb stomped.
Awesome.
And when they lost, the Q had started doing their genetic engineering, and well, oh boy.
It's okay.
Like there was this one human colony that resisted the Q price, and they got butthurt, so they came back a third time.
Who dares interrupt the comets?
Oh gosh, not your PNG's gigantic. Oh my gosh, I got off.
This is what Taylor Swift does to a man after he survives.
Did you survive?
And they come back, and when they beat them, they did like they turn them, and what you like? Oh man, what they did to them? They took the human populace. And turn them into living skin cells.
Okay.
Living skin cells. Sole purpose is to recycle their waste. It's to dispose of their waste.
Okay.
And to add, but here's the thing: to add insult to injury, they have them maintain their sapience. So they knew who they once were. They know who they once were, know their culture and history, and know who they are now.
Okay.
Fortunately, it gets better for them. Eventually, it'd be taking a few million years, but we get to that later.
Okay.
It gets better.
It gets better. This sounds like Scientology. I'm sorry, I screwed up again. I meant Spaceship Beep Boop.
Well, no, they didn't great.
John, I thought you were going to sleep.
No, they didn't.
I did. I just needed to tell you guys. So my dad was heading down to visit my grandpa before he passed away.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he passed away.
Tonight.
So I just wanted. So just
Yeah, my condolences, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Oh.
My condolences as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry to depress you again before I have to head to bed.
It's all right. Yeah,
It's
you got our condolences in general.
Yeah, we understand.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I once got this on a talk. It was more like aliens way more advanced. Just came to our solar system. Just started genetically altering things because of their religion or whatever, or their philosophy.
All right.
And like I say, it gets better for the colonials. And you know, and they did that with many. And like I said, they do this with different. And another race another example of alteration is the Mano. I forgot what they call it. They start with Mano. The Mantelopes. Yeah, and they were meant to be record keepers. And well, yeah. And they did the same thing they did too. They allowed them to maintain their sapience because, you know, but the horrifying thing with these guys, they slowly lost it as they reproduce. They slowly lost their sapience because they're in the bodies of of quadrupeds that graze. You know, if you don't use evolution. Essentially, they lost it because, well, you know, the brain they can't use tools, they don't have hands. So what's the point of having a highly developed brain when that consumes a lot of calories, when a lower developed brain will serve just as good for the bodies they have right now because they don't use tools and such. And they slowly. And the sad thing is they used that, and then they had a culture of like melancholy that slowly because they remember who they once was, and they slowly disappeared until one day they no longer speak. Until one of their species no longer speak after millions of years.
Okay. And
now, not all of humanity were altered by the Q. Some made it into space and head out and haul out asteroids and such.
Okay.
But due to living in such zero gravity conditions, their bodies adapted to the environment. Developing long, spindly limbs and fingers and such, and a pressurized gaseous track to move around. In short, to put it in simple terms, they move around by flatulence.
Okay.
Isn't it like a book called like The Three Body Problem?
No, the book's called All Tomorrows.
It's a speculative evolution book, and it's like a man kept evolving, and the Q came in and messed everything up. And like I said, and there's all the other different species, like the bone killers and such. And what happened was the Q just
what the hell? Yeah. We are the bone killers.
Yeah. But and the ruin hunters that roam the ruins of their ancestors' past civilization.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of hope. Each of these, when the Q pretty much got bored. And just left. Most of their creations died because they needed them to keep. But the rest of the species evolved back to sapiens.
Okay.
Yeah. And the colonials came to happy ending because it became like essentially they like living jigsaw puzzle. They can mix and match. You know, they
Okay.
how to put this? It's sort of like how like a bunch of cells get together to form a body.
Alright.
And that's what happened.
Huh.
They also mix and match parts. So they, you know, and they become, I believe, colonies or something.
Okay.
They're colonies. And over, like the one thing I found interesting in the book, like it once put it like it's like they took. It's I know it's not weird, but it's interesting because like like they got thought about, okay, what if we evolve in this environment, that environment, and then took the
okay,
and it should, and eventually in this book, eventually each sapient species get in contact with each other and form like an alliance.
Okay.
And then the ruin hunters using the leftover hunters using the leftover technology from previous, you know, the human, you know, sending the technology and such and ruins from the previous civilization. The ancestor civilization, they went transhuman and be like, you know, let's abandon our bodies and put ourselves in robot spirit bodies that control gravity.
Okay.
And started, and the pin of irony, they started doing the Q started doing, and missing, except in a way it was they were way worse than the Q.
Okay.
Because at least once the Q get bored, they leave you alone. They just leave. When the Gravitas get bored, they just off you.
Okay.
This resulted in a war between the species which by now evolve into the astromorphs.
Okay.
And after the war, the Astro won and started, you know, cleaning up the mess. And they kept some of the Gravitas around. And then also another thing about the book, by the end, you think this was like a history book written by the human species, but by the end you learn it was written by another alien species, and by this point humanity has been, all the human descendants have been extinct.
All right.
So essentially, this whole book is a record. And a lot, but pretty much by the alien equivalent of a paleontologist.
Okay.
Or what I forgot what the other term is, but you know, a lot of speculation. So it's, you know, based on like what they gathered. And it's a weird book, but that's what make it interesting, because like it's like the author actually thought about, okay, what if they actually evolved in this environment or got like changed with this environment? It's kind of like remind me of that you ever saw that like what they did when they like, what if humans were evolved to survive car crashes?
No.
Well, real quick, this university, they're trying to think of like, what if humans were evolved to survive car crashes, and what they came out with was this like uncanny thing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, look it up, but
Everything you're describing right now feels very Kafka-esque.
Very what?
Everything you're describing right now sounds very Kafka-esque. I don't want this to happen. I refuse this evolution.
But to be fair.
Hold that thought comment. I have a command.
You have a command? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like. There's a...
Oh gosh, a Starscream. Oh no.
The intense musculature of a fictional woman's thighs are more gratifying to me than any real woman could ever be.
The fuck?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Dude, no one asked. Where the hell did that come from?
Sorry, I blacked out. One more time?
I think Megatron beat your head in too many times. You might have CTE.
Smell. Pennies.
Cool. Knockout? Alright, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I find it. I find fictional women's thighs more gratifying than every real woman could ever be.
Oh, okay. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Yes, brain damage. That's. And it's just brain damage. He just has brain damage. That's all.
I smell pennies.
Like, and there's like a bunch of also sign up. There's like a bunch of like YouTube videos on this. It's like,
all right,
and you know, like I say, it's weird, but like once you think about it, if humans were evolved on a certain planet, we would look pretty weird looking. It's like the best way I describe it is like someone just took the human body, is like, what if we got extra arms or longer? Like eventually all those can create something horrifying.
Okay.
Like,
alright.
It's like someone mentioned that like the human descendants in the book are more alien than the aliens we get in fiction.
Okay.
I just find that a little funny.
Huh.
But yeah, I think I've listened to my lore, listen to the book. It's a really interesting book. A little
It sounds like Scientology. I mean, Church of Spaceship Beep Boop. Gosh, I don't want to get sued by the Church of Spaceship Beep Boop. Damn it.
Scientology. I thought Scientology was like Xenu.
Yeah.
I'm saying it sounds just as ridiculous. That's what I'm saying, Comet. It sounds just as ridiculous.
Yeah.
Speculative evolution sounds kind of like bullshit.
Changus, watch out. Like, for this, they're lowering your thetan levels.
Oh no.
You need to deposit another $50,000.
Maybe you ask really nice. Tom Cruise might throw in a few $100.
Mr. Cruise, please don't be mad at me.
There is no mercy.
There is no mercy.
I hope we never meet something like a Q.
A Q? That sounds like... The Q.
I hope we I didn't hear so I just hope I hope we don't meet anyone like Q. I'm like from Star Trek.
Q. QU.
Okay, but still,
Yeah.
it's just.
John
DeLance, what are you doing here? I'm here to ruin all of humanity. Oh God.
Yeah. Also, there's another. It's kind of fun. I think he also wrote another book, Other Tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's pretty much humanity just getting front of the nuclear war or something like that.
Why the fuck did Twitch consider fudge packer like a bad word?
It's a slur for the homosexuals.
What?
Yeah.
That's a slur?
They
used Changis. That there was an entire episode revolved around that with Tom Cruise in South Park.
Oh my.
Yeah. And then there's another book out Other Tomorrow. I'm saying that, but apparently. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. This is the first time I ever heard that term at all. Like what?
Thing is, do you remember this the Family Guy joke where Brian's trying to get signed petitions so his cousin Jasper can get get married, and Peter's eating some of Jasper's fudge. There's some nuts packed in there. Like that's the joke.
I didn't watch that episode. I know the clip though with Quagmire just okay, marriage. Ooh, Wait, Master, is this the same Tom Cruise episode with Scientology, or is this a different one?
Different one.
Okay.
It was the episode 300. That's because that's the literal episode title.
Okay. This is the first time I've ever heard that word. I didn't know that was a slur. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. Okay.
You know the never mind.
All right. That's just.
Yeah, but I was saying the other book, Other Tomorrows, is kind of humanity, kind of like a big war happens, I believe, or it was an environmental catastrophe, and the humans spread apart had to adapt to the different environments, the humans in the colder areas, kind of turn into Yeti, evolve into Yeti-like creatures, while some of the well-connected people decided brain and robot.
Okay.
And this look down on the surface dwellers, because underground bunker put their brain in robot bodies, and it's like
listen.
Like the way it's drawn, it kind of reminds me of those those 50s or what is speculative future drawings.
Huh.
You know what I'm talking about? In the future, flying cars and stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm still not over fudge pack. Okay, I know. I found out what it means. I don't. Why is it called that though?
Milk lemonade around the corner fudge is made. It just means
That's why they call it fudge packer.
Yeah, you like to do it in the butt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's.
What a
That's.
weird. What a weird or like insult to call a gay guy.
But well, you know, like. Thing is, sodomy is a really funny thing.
Oh wait. Wait. I have it.
Sodomy!
There we go. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, Ultima was weird, but strangely kind of hopeful. You know, humanity survived, not in a in a form.
Yeah, but you said the ending literally has it that by the time humanity's just gone now.
Well, I mean, they had a good run at least. Extinction.
Humanity had a good run. Sure, they turned into monstrosities of unknown horrors, but they had a good run. Good for humans.
It's so we're like cockroaches. You can't kill us.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me there's some like people descended from humanity that became like energy-based beings. Ooh, we're just pure energy now. Whoa.
I wouldn't be surprised. But the close thing we got to that is like the gravitas, who just became like gravity spheres. Robot spheres that can control gravity.
All right.
They went full Reaper.
Okay.
Yeah, but
that's still doesn't change my mind. Speculative evolution sounds like a little hocus pocus.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things. I think it's one of those things that just like you start off with one thing, like what if this happened and it just spirals out of control.
Uh-huh.
I think that's something they do for fun.
Okay.
What?
All right then. Well, what
Yeah, but so hey, what's the next topic?
All right. Well, there goes an clean transition because I'm just baffled by gay insults and and whatever speculative evolution is. Trinity Blood, what is this?
Speaking of genetically engineered people and wars between Earth and Mars, we got Trinity Blood.
Oh,
wait, does it actually have that?
That's the backstory.
What?
So there was a Mars. There was a Mars a long time ago in the solar system right here. There was a Mars colonization project where they did a lot of genetic and engineering, and the Martians ended up as basically vampires.
Okay.
And they went back and they're like, all right, we're gonna go to war for Earth, like out of Gundam Age. It's kind of like out of Gundam Age.
Huh.
And it was so destructive that it sent everybody to it just apocalypse.
Huh.
So 900 years later.
Mm-hmm.
After a war between the vampires that call themselves the Methuselah, that is a biblical reference. And the humans are two nations of them. The two major nations is the Vatican, which is basically Italy and some other areas, and then the United Human Empire, ironically ruled by vampires. It's sort of centered around the regions that the Byzantine/Ottoman Empire controlled.
Okay.
And now there is and they're sort of at a Cold War scenario. And there's a terrorist organization, Rosenkreuz. The Brotherhood or Order of Rosenkreuz or something like that. And they're trying to, they're basically just trying to go have the Cold War turn hot. Honestly. The story was just pretty alright. Okay. Wasn't great anything, so a lot of the parts I just got I kind of lost my attention. So you got Abel Night Road. A preacher from the Vatican, and he is going around trying to stop the Order of Rosenkreuz. And he is I forget the name, but he was a vampire that feeds on other vampires, and they had a special name for it that it was also a biblical reference. I don't remember.
Okay.
Start with K.
Okay.
Abel does have a brother named Cain. Guess who's the evil twin?
Is it Abel? I don't know. I was expecting like a twist, like you thought Cain, because because we know Cain's the original murderer, but I thought they were like it's a twist. Turns out it was Abel this whole time. Oh gosh.
No, it was Cain. Cain.
Okay.
It's Cain. It kind of feels like it's kind of episodic at the start of it. It's based off of a series of light novels. It only has one season for a reason, and that is because the author died.
Oh.
And it actually the Trinity Blood concludes where the novels left off, which is on a cliffhanger, kinda. They finished up the story arc, but the it ended on the bad guy getting away, and now the hero's gonna go and hunt him down. But everything else they kind of rushed it at the end, because I feel like the last few arcs were getting really long, and I feel like they tried to cram a lot of the books just to finish it up in a few episodes, just to get it out there.
Okay.
Because the pacing kind of fell off in those few. It's a fun series. Not anything too special. I feel like everything that this series has done. I could probably point to an anime or another TV show or movie that has done it better.
But what makes this one special, though?
That's the thing. There's not really anything that makes it special. It's quite an average TV show. The art design is really good, though. They have this sort of like 1800s post-apocalyptic cyberpunk, post-apocalyptic kind of steampunk, gothic futuresque look at a lot of it.
Okay.
I've got to show you what it was the sister of the Pope. The Pope's a little kid in this, and he's like a political pawn. The Cardinals voted in a child as the Pope. Actually, you know the best part? That has precedent in real life.
Really? The Vatican actually
there has been
had
children
a child...
popes. There has been a child as a pope before.
Oh.
He was a shit show.
Oh.
Trinity. I have got. This is my. Just a second. I gotta look this up because this is my favorite design.
Okay.
From it looks.
All right. Wow. Okay, I gotta ask the domestic. If you had a nickel for every time a child was a pope, how many would you have?
I don't know. I know it's happened at least once.
Okay.
Well, he was. I know. That Pope when he grew up. Was thrown out of a window for committing adultery. the husband caught him when in the act, and he threw him out a window.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's
okay, here's it.
Oh, okay.
This is my favorite design. Just look at that outfit. So over the top. Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is that like a hood on her?
That's a hat.
Oh, that's a hat. Okay. Why is it so huge?
I don't know.
Okay.
But Abel Nightroad works for for a Vatican special forces unit called the AXE. And they have a bunch of superpowered priests and priestesses, nuns and preachers who go around trying to slay vampires.
That's amazing.
And so if I had a nickel for every time that the Vatican was a monster hunting MI6 from like James Bond, I have a lot of fucking.
That's great.
I really feel that this it really does suffer from the fact that I get that the author died. I do feel like he had a lot more planned. But like if you want a fun ride, then you can. You won't. This TV show will provide that. But everything it does, there's been something else that has done it better.
Okay.
The relationship between Cain and Abel kind of feels like Vash and Knives from Trigun, and it's done very good, and it's done a whole lot better there.
Okay.
Like the Vatican being used as a spy like the spy stuff. I can point to 100 other spy stuff that is really good. The Vatican being used as spy stuff, you could probably also point to 100 things that it's used better in.
Okay.
Like the vampires being space aliens, I think is a like kind of space aliens kind of quote unquote. Is unique. I think a unique idea that it brings to the table.
Yeah.
But it's not really done as great as I think it could have been. The Cold War stuff has been done better, and like I feel like this. I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but this it could have been a great story in another writer's hands.
Huh.
I think this writer is just either he was too inexperienced,
okay,
or he just wasn't great enough. Because I feel like this has all the elements to make a really fun series, a really great fun series, but just the quality of writing is just too average.
Huh.
I feel like this guy's a bit of an IDM man rather than the a guy to actually implement stuff. But I feel like it's, aside from that, it's a very good average series. The art design is really fun. The music, if the stuff is a bit reused, like all the stuff in the early 2000s a lot, but it's quite good. Voice acting is really good. You'll get a lot of names out here. This is like 2004, so it's kind of in that era where a lot of the big names now were kind of doing smaller stuff then. So like the main character is voiced by Troy Baker.
Huh.
And you never hear him. He's never on anime nowadays, and it's really interesting to see him in one now.
Huh.
Because Roy thinks he's too good for it now. Yeah, he made comments recently.
That's a shame.
Lumping in, of course, like my favorite role of his, Kanji. Just lumping it all as that embarrassing thing he had to do in the past.
No.
Yeah, Troy Baker can be up his own ass at times.
But you say okay being in Headache Kuchinko's next game. Okay.
Yeah.
Anime.
Ever since The Last of Us, he's just happy that every role since then is just him but Texan.
Huh.
But he's reached what was his name? He's reached he reached Steve Blum level. Where like he can just start giving performances in just his voice. And he's still trying, but like you would be better from him.
He's just there to collect a paycheck. Yeah. Like he does try in some stuff, like the Joker. He does give a lot there, but like you rarely ever hear him doing like out of his way to do a really good stuff. The guy who plays a pope, I love this part because the guy who plays a pope is the guy who plays Leo from Ghost Stories, and he uses the exact same voice. So I just keep thinking of Ghost Story stuff when he talks. Leo, God damn it. Yeah, it's stuff like that. Yeah. I recognize a few other names. I think what was his name? I think it was Vic Mignogna was one of the characters.
Really? surrender.
Side one.
Trinity Blood, cast. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, he was, like, he was...
Here we go. Vic Mignogna.
He was Virgil Wolf.
Virgil.
Yeah.
Alright.
But Trinity Blood's a fun time, but it's like B. It's like a B.
It's a B.
It's very average.
But you'll still have fun with it?
Yeah, I'd say it's a fun time.
Okay.
Kind of of its era anime.
Alright. Nice. Alright. Opening theme.
Anybody here seen Trinity Blood?
I've seen a bit of Trinity Blood because it. Oh my god! I was like, this sort of reminds me of Helsing.
A little bit.
Yeah, it does have that like Helsing
vibes.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the writer like he wanted to write Helsing. He wanted to write something like Helsing, but like he didn't want to go far enough to be his own thing. I don't think it's a ripoff, but it's just like I get the sense of
he was caught in a fever, so he wanted to make something like Helsing, Helsing-esque, because it has similar vibes, but it's not Helsing.
Yeah, Trinity Blood is a lot more like it tries to take itself very seriously. Helsing doesn't. Helsing is just like it's edgy, but it loves being edgy.
And Trinity Blood is it's still edgy in that fun way. It doesn't. It's the fun is that it's kind of like I don't think it's to that level, but it's like Die Another Day.
Like,
where it's unintentionally silly.
Like Trinity Blood is the type of story where they want to say, where they want to bring up things like the United Nations and have like sort of a quote unquote respectable like political bent. Helsing is the type of story where they'll just put Nazi vampires in it, and that's the fun.
Nazi vampires.
I feel like the writer should have just leaned into the fun, because I just don't think he was good enough at that time to pull off what he was trying to pull off.
Okay.
And it just, while it is still silly and fun, it ends up it would probably be not for the reasons the author wanted.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Alright then. Okay. Real quick, before we continue, I need to use the restroom. So give me a few like a few minutes to use the restroom, and then we'll be back. So where's my restroom break button? Here we go. Bam. Just a quick reminder that I do have stream elements. You can tip, donate, etc., whatever you want to call it. You do not have to if you don't want to. Oh! Oh my gosh, we gotta shoot down the helicopter now? Are you shitting me? Oh my god! This is... Holy shit!
This is insane.
What the hell? Hold on. Should I push her or should I pull her back? Push her?
Yeah, you should push her. I mean, that kills her, but yeah.
What? 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 No!
But it's okay for him to just break my stuff.
Of course not.
Wow, Meredith, you're
learned his
looking
lesson
actually okay. You don't have brain cancer.
You gave me this for my birthday. I mean, you should be pissed off too.
Oh, never mind.
Something's wrong, but you don't just go punching every person you makes you mad.
That's the best fucking timing.
It's above you. I mean, that kid practically
Folka, make sure that your statements are not so embarrassingly carelessly worded next time. What? What? You're so disrespectful. Amazing. All delinquent types like this, even the way you dress so... Oh, flip-flop disregard for authority. Sweater-fest, disgraceful... Delinquent? I'm on the student council! Motherfucker, I'm on the student council! You think that fucking... You think... Oh, look, what about you, huh? We got a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Oh, look at me. I got a fucking Hawaiian shirt. How professional. I got a big fucking katana carrying around, swinging around. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! You call that professional, motherfucker? You call yourself a businessman? Look at you, fucking dressed up all casual like that bitch-ass motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you get a fucking haircut? Shave that fucking beard of yours, you bitch-ass. Get some glasses for crying out loud. Oh, look at me. I'm Jagoro. I'm like a JoJo character. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Yeah! A hand pounds on my back hard a couple times, severely winding me. I couldn't care less about the culprit as I focused my thoughts on my chest in near automatic reaction. My hand instinctively tightens on my breast, and I start going through the steps I rehearse in my mind every other day. Breathe. In and out. With a measure of relief, I could slowly feel my chest becoming less tense. By the time I look up, my face is covered in sweat from the experience. No! No! Not only did he cause a heart attack, but it's also... No! Well, you see,
Man, that impression of Shia LaBeouf in college is fantastic.
Oh god, you know what I gotta look up now real quick? His fucking freak out in Dark of the Moon. You know what I'm talking? You know when he's in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, that guy's just. Look at this guy. He's just he's just hanging there. Look at this. This guy's just hanging here.
It can allow them to stay on the map, but these are dumb as shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that guy was just fucking hanging there. Come on!
As every he punches in the boss's head. Family, 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 family.
That's right. Yeah, come on, bitch. The power of family. Yes, yes. Come on, power of family. Okay, there we go. Come on, come on. That's it. That's it. Power of family, baby. Okay, how do I do this? Hiya! Oh, her frontal lobe. Oh.
Oh wow! It's Grand Theft Auto 5 in here. Like
Oh, eat it!
Is Spider-Man 2 gonna have freeform switching characters.
Yeah, there we go. We did it. We beat the game. Power family. All right, I am back. Okay, I'm back from my bathroom break. All right, also got some water. Alright. Alright. So, now that I'm back, we can continue on with the podcast. Alright. Okay. So, I guess then we can move on now from vampires to zombies. Ah! Zombie! No, that's just a homeless guy. Oh, I got scared there for a second there. Oh, hold on.
Vampire! No, that's just a Hollywood exec.
Oh, hold on.
Hollywood exec!
Wait, hold on. I forgot. I gotta fix I also said Ninjago. Not's PNG, real quick. Let me grab it from a different scene. Copy, transform. Here we go. And paste. Yeah, after the podcast, I gotta work on giving you a proper, like, mummy not PNG going on. I've been procrastinating on that. Alright, so zombies. Alright, so I was gonna watch Jason X tonight with Nick, but long story short, that didn't happen. Don't want to get yet. I'm just saying today though. Long story short, real life reasons occurred that I don't really want to go into specifics about. Prevented that from happening. But I did end up finding the time to actually finally sit down and watch Peninsula, the sequel to Train to Busan. That's right, Train to Busan has a sequel. Apparently. Yeah. So, I watched Peninsula, and I will say right at the bat, like I said last time when I talked about Train to Busan, this movie honestly is best viewed if you just see it as a completely different movie. At the very least, like, not related to Train to Busan. It's still, like, in the back of your, like, watching this movie, it's still in the back of my mind that, yeah, this is a sequel to Train to Busan, but watching it was very, very clear, like, nah, this is the two are going for very different things. This is a lot more, action. This is more like a action, I guess, horror.
It's an action heist horror caper.
Yeah.
It is like, you know that movie Army of the Dead? Imagine that, but slightly better.
But slightly better. Oh.
Isn't that
Zack Snyder?
I kind of
want
Oh my god.
Isn't it all just horror movies? You know, the first time you meet the monster, you know, you're scared of it. The second time, you know, all right, now it's you gotten used to it. Now you gotta put an S on the aliens, and you gotta put a ton of them in there. Make them more actiony.
You know, you would think, you know, that makes sense. You know, I don't mind that either. It's just, I think those
unless you're Predator, in which it's always one alien, but he always has different equipment, so you don't know what you're getting into.
I think what Train to Busan though was that, like, yeah, the first Train to Busan movie, you know, was, you know, more horror than action, but it was also it was also a very emotional movie, and
Predators are crafty bastards.
You're still under Predator.
I am.
Yeah, well, this one is not. I don't know. This movie, it felt like they were trying to also hit like some, like, not same, but like similar, like, emotional beats, but because, like, it's a different, like, tone of a movie, it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really hit you the same way. Like, the ending to Train to Busan always hits me like a truck, and I end up just weeping my eyes out. In this movie, yeah, there's some sad moments, but, like, never once did I go, God, feel like my heart just got ripped out. This movie, you don't really ever get that feeling. This movie also has a much more happy ending than Train to Busan. In fact, honestly, if you do view this as going in as a sequel to Train to Busan, completely front to beginning to end, it kind of makes Train to Busan even more depressing. So there is that. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna go just tiny bit into the premise. Like, I don't want to say much about it. So this is a sequel to Train to Busan. I don't remember. No, it was like 5 or 4 years after the events of Train to Busan. Long story short, Train to Busan, everything there happened. The zombie outbreak in South Korea. Then it just becomes a shit show, and then now South Korea is just essentially quarantined by NATO and the United Nations. So there's that. Funny enough, though, so in the movie, actually, in the beginning of the movie, it opens up with some American talk show thing. They're talking about what happened in Train to Busan, and they're saying how wasn't Busan safe place? No. Turns out Busan was not safe either. Everyone there fucking died. So yeah. Train to Busan just even more depressing now. Oh, so it turns out it wasn't even I wouldn't say it was a happy ending, but it was kind of a semi-hopeful, but no, it just turns out no, it was no use. But you would think going in oh, that kind of fucking sucks. You just made the first movie kind of useless, but then it immediately follows up with something that just made me laugh out loud. So Train to Busan, Busan, turns out, no, that wasn't a safe place. Everyone there just fucking died and became zombies. Good job. Yay. Turns out the safer thing to do was to move further inland into Asia. So while South Korea ended up being, in quarantine and infested by, zombies, turns out the safer place to go was to go north. North Korea was never infected by the zombie plague.
I hate that universe.
So apparently, turns out, if you wanted to avoid being turned into a zombie, you had to go to either China or North Korea. If you stay in Korea like Busan, no, fuck you. You become a zombie.
Well, Kangas, you know what this means. Better dead than red.
I guess better zombie than red. So yeah. So either
that sounds like an actual movie title.
It does.
A zombie movie.
Yeah, better dead than red. That sounds amazing. So yeah, just turns out, no, you weren't supposed to go to Busan. You were supposed to either go to China or North Korea.
Wait, so from my understanding, the great leader protected North Korea from the zombie plague.
Yes. Yes. Kim Jong-un protected North Korea from the zombie plague. So this is a work of fiction right away. It's not the zombies that's the unrealistic part. It's the fact that North Korea was unaffected by the zombie plague. So yeah. Meanwhile, South Korea is just now a quarantine, just zombie infestation place. So pretty much the zombie apocalypse is prevented. It's just all contained in South Korea. So there is that. Now the main protagonist of our movie. Okay, I have the Wikipedia page pulled up just for the names. So Jung Suk.
I just thought it's kind of horrible about horrible. You know why there's no zombies in North Korea?
Why?
They all starved to death.
Yeah, that is horrible, but you know what? That might be realistic too.
Yeah, because I just understand in this movie, zombies are not dead. They're more like infected living.
Yes.
Does it matter?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't matter if they are, actually the undead or just, infected people, just, on rabies with steroids. Like, it doesn't matter. They're just still zombies. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Either way, a virus turned them into zombies. So there's that. That's all that matters.
Okay.
You hate this movie, Ray? I didn't hate this movie. I ended up actually kind of having a fun time with this movie. I wouldn't say I, loved it. This movie at the end of the day is kind of just a generic zombie action movie. I guess the twist is, there's like a heist plot going on. Ooh, spicy. Ooh. But other than that, it's kind of just, it's just a action zombie movie. Okay. All right.
The director made Train to Busan. Yeah, he made everything like that, and then he just decided, you know what, I don't want to have fun now. I'll make Peninsula.
I'll make Peninsula.
There's one other Train to Busan movie.
There is. It's that animated.
Animated one.
Yeah, I might watch that too. But yeah, I don't know. Peninsula really is just. It just really feels like they just want to have a fun time, and you'll end up having a somewhat of fun time. But at the same time, at the same time, while you are having fun, it's. I guess it's kind of like how Mashtik felt about Trinity Blood. Like, yeah, it's fun, but there's nothing really that great about it. So.
Well, like you can always complain that it doesn't really break the mold, but the goal of the movie is it wants to fit the mold.
Yeah, which it succeeds. So.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie though. Like it's actually pretty fun. You'll have a fun time. It's just again it's not. I guess for example, like with people like Ray, the biggest thing is you have to understand this is not trying to go for the same thing Train to Busan did. And at the same time, like we said, that's also kind of what ends up hurting this movie, because this is related to Train to Busan somehow, but
no, it's related to Train to Busan because the director just uses the same world. He didn't want it to be labeled as a sequel to Train to Busan. It's just same guy creating another zombie thing.
Yeah.
People people just instantly just said,
but
hey,
but you slap on the Train to Busan name on the movie, and then people have expectations because of that.
But that wasn't his doing. That was yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's still that's ultimately what hurt this movie. They slapped on Train to Busan, and so people think, they have expectations they have for Train to Busan coming into this movie when it's not trying to do that at all. So our main guy, Jong Suk, he's a South Korean. I don't know. I don't remember what military guy. He's a military guy. I don't know Korean military. He's a Korean military, probably some Army, Marine, whatever Korea has there. And then basically the opening of the movie is him trying to get his family onto a ship that's going to take them to Japan. But then turns out no, the ship is infected by turns out the ship had a zombie on it. Oh gosh, there was an infected guy, and then a zombie infection happens, and okay, so there is a sad moment in the movie. Does kind of open with a sad moment where essentially Jung Suk's nephew and sister ends up succumbing to the zombies, so he has to leave them behind along with his brother-in-law. Well, his brother-in-law survives, but they have to leave the two behind, and it's this really sad moment. They're crying, oh gosh, but at the same time, it's not the same. It's not the same impact you have like Train to Busan. I think one is because you open the movie like this and you kind of don't really know who these people are, so Like with Train to Busan, you end up, you got a whole movie to, understand these people, and you end up getting really sad because of it and stuff. So, and then and then after, so that was the opening of the movie, and then 4 or 5 years later, so all the Koreans who survived the zombie apocalypse, they're now taking refuge again in like the neighboring countries. They're now in Hong Kong, and pretty much Koreans there are treated like second-class citizens. In other words, nothing new has happened. China still hates Korea. Woo! Asian racism! Let's go! Yeah! We hate you Asians, but we're Asian too. Yeah, but you're not our Asians. So get out of here. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't help also that, the Koreans now have like a reputation of like, oh my gosh, he's a Korean. Is he a zombie? Oh, don't infect me. So there is that. And then pretty much the plot of this movie is our main guy and his brother-in-law, Chul-min. They are recruited by Chinese mobsters to essentially run a heist. They sent a bunch of guys. The Chinese mobsters sent a bunch of guys before them into South Korea to essentially go into the zombie area and pretty much loot the place, find money and treasure and stuff. There is a truck containing $20 million US, and pretty much they were gonna bring the truck of money back to China, but then no, something happened obviously. So our main Korean dudes, they have to go into once again the Korean, infected Korean South Korea, take the truck of money and come back to the quarantine zone and come back to China. So yeah, then the movie doesn't happen. Of course, the plan doesn't go right because otherwise we're never gonna get a movie. And then turns out also in South Korea, not only is it a quarantine zone, but it's also Mad Max. Did I say Mad Max? Mad Max. Yeah. My name is Lax. They call me Mad Lax.
But the way you said it, it's like not only is it a quarantine zone, but it's just really chill over there. It's like everyone's just having like a nice time.
No, but it's also a Mad Max wasteland there. Like people are driving around with armored up cars and guns and stuff. The only thing missing is really outlandish costumes and armor. I'm just waiting for a Korean guy to come in with a gimp suit and a Jason mask going on, call himself humongous. So yeah, so it's pretty much also Mad Max there. And then at the same time also there's also our side characters, which is a family. I don't remember their names. They're Korean names, so please bear with me. So there's a Korean family of a mother, her 2 daughters, and their grandfather. I guess also there's a twist where it turns out the mom of this family was actually in the opening of the movie. I have to go back. So in the opening of the movie, there was a scene where our main guy Jong Suk is driving his family to the boat to get out of Korea. And then along the way, they pass by a family who are saying, hey, take us with you. But then he notices there's some blood on them, so he thinks, oh, they're infected. Get away from me, zombies. See ya. And then it turns out, no, they weren't zombies. And the family they pass by is the same family that he meets in the quarantine zone. Yay! And then and pretty much because the main guy, he feels guilty for what happened because he remembers, oh my gosh, you're the family I left for dead. Oh, I feel guilty for you guys. Let's team up to take back the truck full of money from I don't know, I'm just gonna call them Mad Max Gang. I don't remember what they're called. And then we could get out of here to China, Hong Kong. So
you see, if you promise Like, if you promise to be good, we can steal the money together. We can give it to the Duke of New York and get out of Korea.
Honestly, if they, I want to see that now, like a zombie movie, but it's just Escape from New York. The Duke of New York comes in with his like chandelier headlights on his limo. I want to see that. And then oh yeah, also the Mad Max gang. They're also like, I remember now, they're like some like ex-military people who ended up going crazy, and they also have an underground fight club. But it's not just any underground fight club. See, they literally kidnap people who like still in Korea for some reason, and essentially they have a whole little match where essentially they watch these people just try to survive zombies in a cage, in like a little arena. It's like a little arena. They release a bunch of zombies. All right, who can survive the zombies? Can you outrun them? Yeah, let's go. The brother-in-law gets captured by this gang, and then he ends up surviving the Fight Club thing, and then you know, and then I don't know, stuff happens. If I sounds like, you know, like I'm not really like saying much, it's because the plot is kind of loose.
Basic.
Yeah, it's very basic and kind of loose. Just there's just truck money, stuff happens, and then you know there's a family. I feel guilty for them. Let's team up and take the money back, and then there we go. And then stuff happens. The brother-in-law ends up dying from the gang. They shoot him. So there's that. And then yeah, and then I don't know. It's a fun movie, yeah, but like at the same time, watching this movie, like it did not have, like, obviously it's not gonna have the same impression as Train to Busan, but also just didn't really have that much of a lasting impression in general. It's just that was a fun movie. Okay, I'm glad I watched it. I don't think I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna stick to Train to Busan. I will say though, the action in this movie is pretty fun, especially the chase sequence, especially when they're in the cars and like the chase sequences. It feels like this movie also feels like someone wanted to do Mad Max as well, but then also like, hey, hear me out, Mad Max, but zombies. Let's do that. Yeah, Mad Max and zombies. So there's like whole like Mad Max like chase sequences going on with like cars, they're shooting each other, and then like they're doing all sorts like, you know, crazy stunts with the cars and stuff like. So like, so at least the movie does excel in that. So that is pretty fun. Like, there's a part where like one of the daughters is driving the car, and she's just doing all sorts of like crazy driving stunts with it, and like she's able to like plow down like hordes of zombies with her car, like drifting into them and knocking them down. Like, oh wow, isn't that cool? Whoa! And then like, and there's like this whole thing, like just like kind of this chase sequence at the end of the movie. It was a climax where like they're being chased by the military guys, along with, you know, the fact that, oh gosh, there's zombies as well. And then it is actually pretty cool how like they're using the zombie apocalypse to their advantage as well for this. So the zombies are attracted to sound and light, and so like in case like if they feel like, okay, you know what, shooting them is not working, you know what, let's just use the zombies against them. Bring out the headlights, shine your headlights on the you know, the car we're chasing, and so that way the zombies will come after them and slow them down. So yeah. You know, and it's pretty fun. Like there's this whole scene where like this the daughter, she's driving the car in like this narrow alleyway, being followed by like a Mad Max tow truck, and then like she notices, and you know, with like night vision and binoculars, she notices like a little side alleyway that connects to the lane alleyway. There's like zombies in there, so like she drifts the car and turns out the headlights and shines the light on the zombies as she's like drifting by, and then she ends up while drifting, she's able to do like a 180 and shines the light on the tow truck that's following them, and the zombies attack the tow truck, and the guy's like, oh no, zombies, so yeah, there's that. Overall, it's it has its fun moments. The movie has its fun moments. The ending of the movie did try to do like a similar like really emotional beat where like the mom looks like she's about to sacrifice herself to save her family so that way they can escape, and so she's doing whatever she can to attract the zombies and all that, but then at the same time it's not trying to be Train to Busan, so like she's like, oh gosh, she's doing this heroic sacrifice. Oh gosh, no, and it's like this emotional moment. Oh no, and then the main guy, the army guy, Jung Suk, is like, no, I'm not letting my guilt take over me once more. I'm gonna grab my gun. I'm gonna shoot the zombies away and save your mom, guys, so that way I don't have to feel guilt either. And he does it. They succeed, and the mom's saved. Like, yay, happy ending. And then and they're able to leave the peninsula. Get a peninsula, the name drop. And then they're able to go to safety. Huzzah! A happy ending. So yeah, that's the plot to Train to Peninsula. It's a fun movie. It has its fun moments, but overall, like, not only, again, I'm being a broken record, not only did it not have like the same impact as Train to Busan, it just didn't really have an impact on me in general. It was just, that was a fun movie that I watched. I don't regret watching it. I just don't find myself going back to watch it again. It was a movie I watched, and that was it. So yeah. I don't hate Peninsula. But at the same time, yeah, slapping Train to Busan on its like branding was not that great of a move. Again, it wasn't their fault, but still, yeah, that's I don't know. That's really it, honestly. That's really it for Peninsula. It was a movie. It was a movie. I don't hate it though. So sorry, Ray. I don't hate Peninsula, but it was a movie. Just watch Train to Busan. That's my main takeaway. Just watch Train to Busan. You'll be fine with that. Unlike me though, I'm not fine with that. I'll probably watch the prequel, Soul Station, cause I don't know. I watched all the Train to Busan movies. Just for sake of, hey, I watched the entire Train to Busan movies, except the American remake, if it's even coming out. Is that still in like production hell? Or is that coming out?
They haven't confirmed that it's canceled yet, so yeah, it's still in production.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, fuck. I'm looking at when was this? What was like the last news for this? Last Train to Busan.
Early in the news, like early in the year, because
it was supposed to come out in April.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some things happened, and so Evil Dead Rise was moved up and took its position.
Okay.
So we got Evil Dead Rise this year, but we haven't heard anything about the remake.
Okay. Wait, they have a Korean cast for the remake.
Well, yeah, Genghis, because even though it's set in America, we still gotta be inclusive. Yeah.
Well, I'm not watching that shit. I'm gonna be honest. If you're gonna make an American remake to Train to Busan, you might as well just cast fully commit to it. Just American actors, like white. I don't know. Fuck it, give me white actors. Because if it's an American remake, but hey, we're gonna still put in Korean actors.
Hear me out. Genius idea. So you got Korean names like I don't know, Suk Chang or something.
Okay.
Like that's your main character. I don't know why.
Sure.
He's played by Chris Pratt. The whole joke is that everyone whose name sounds ethnic needs to be played by a white guy.
With one black guy.
But one black guy, but he has the whitest name ever.
I just realized Discord wasn't letting me talk.
The black guy has the whitest name out. His name is just like...
Hi, I'm Robert Smith.
Chris Pratt. Hi, Robert. I'm, I don't know,
We already established Suk Chang.
I'm Suk Chang. This is my wife, Gong Wong.
And this is our son, Ling Ling.
and this is my brother, No Cum Sock.
And then there's like a 5-minute joke. Everyone like reacting to. Wait, his name? Yeah, we all know his name. It's like they have to address it.
It's
because
like,
audiences are stupid.
And it's like an SNL bit. The joke just goes on for too long and loses all its humor.
Yeah. That's what makes it funny.
Make it stop! I can't! It's like an SNL bit!
Too long with no ending!
Yeah. But anyways, that's really all I have to say about Peninsula. It'll be better just watching Train to Busan. Alright. So, with that said then, we are down to our final topic. So, for our final topic of scary movies. Why is Jesus being crucified on the moon?
What?
Your movie, not. The nice configuration. I was looking up images for it. Why is Jesus being crucified with an astronaut looking at him?
Jesus is not crucified on the moon. It's just the movie has an astronaut, and it's also about, Christianity.
Okay.
When I heard that, James, I was like, "What kind of compass are you reading, lad?"
I was just looking up.
I remember if I remember in the I watched like the first episode of like American Gods, and the intro they had a astronaut being crucified. So I was like, why is he watching American Gods?
Huh. No, but like I was for like the visual representation stuff, I was typing in nice configuration, and it shows me Jesus being crucified, and there's an astronaut. I was like, wait, what's Jesus doing being crucified on the moon?
I just finished a book.
Oh, what'd you finish?
Retribution, the book 2 of the Von Karstein trilogy.
Oh, interesting. Here, this image I'm showing right now, like this is what I looked up. No, it's like there's Jesus, there's an astronaut, and so like again I was like, what's Jesus doing on the moon?
Oh yeah, it's one of the hippie scenes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I completely forgot. I completely forgot one of the scenes, but it's like I was like, Changus, what are you going on about?
I don't know what's going on about that. No, Ray, you are not imagining things. That is, in fact, an image of Jesus with an astronaut. Though I don't know if he's on the moon or not anymore. What is Jesus being with an astronaut? Jesus being crucified with an astronaut have to do with this movie? Not.
Okay, so this is the 9th configuration. A 1980s film directed by William Peter Blatty. If that sounds familiar to anyone, he is the author and screenwriter to The Exorcist.
What you laughing at, Nick?
What are you laughing at, Nick?
Why am I laughing at?
Yeah.
It's a Cleveland show bit.
Okay. So, the guy who made The Exorcist directed this movie.
Yeah, the guy who wrote the Exorcist. This was his directorial debut, which he only ever directed this and Exorcist 3.
Huh.
So like, it's I kind of find that interesting. So like the synopsis is after it's the very early 70s toward and it's described during the end of the war in Vietnam. The setting is a castle in the Pacific Northwest, so like Oregon, like Washington. What do you call it? It's mentioned that throughout the it's mentioned that there were military personnel who no prior like mental illness, developed psychosis towards the end of the war, and so the government decides to just have like asylums created for these personnels that have no they who lack self-sufficiency. So a castle is one of these asylums. Among the patients, there is Billy Cutshaw, who is a astronaut who before he was set to launch. What are you laughing at now, Nick?
Come on, might as well share it with the class, Nick.
What?
You're laughing. I thought you were still watching like Cleveland show or something.
Nick.
Well, now it's South Park.
Oh my gosh. Well, which South Park clip are you watching?
Oh, I gotta show you this one.
Alright, you might as well show the class, Nick.
Copyright.
Well, you're just putting it back.
I'll put it in the back room and then.
Yeah, and we'll watch afterwards.
Oh no, I know. I'm gonna show you guys afterwards.
Okay. Alright then. Alright. So, this astronaut.
He, just days before he was supposed to launch to the moon, he just went through a breakdown and was dragged out of the capsule. And now he's a patient in this asylum, right as a colonel by the name Hudson Kane is set to he is Like he's a serviceman, kind of like in The Exorcist, where Damien Karras was part of the seminary, but he was he also had a civilian career as a therapist. Hudson Kane is the same. He's he's a military man, but he has a civvy job as a therapist as well. So he arrived to take control of the asylum over Colonel Feld. Also, I wanted to mention that Hudson Kane is played by Stacy Keach. He's a really good actor. He
Has it been anything else we've seen?
Yes, he was Cameron in American History X.
Oh.
He was Sergeant Sedensko in Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. He was
Stacy Keach. I'm looking right now.
He was also Commander Mac Malloy in Escape from L.A.
Oh, he was the Phantasm in Mask of Phantasm.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So as he's taking over control over Colonel Fell, he's most interested out of all the patients. He's most interested in Cutshaw, who, for how, I understand the soldiers, because they've went through, they went through combat situations, so there's a sense there that there might, their psychosis might have been caused by, trauma. But Cutshaw, why, why has an astronaut, fell into this same sort of delusion? Much like all the patients in the asylum, he's not, he is not the most friendly sort, especially to someone who just came out of the blues, trying to act as the new authority figure. Kane is also, while at the same time he's also suffering just nightmares of his brother Vincent, who was a patient himself and a murderer. And so the entire one thing I want to mention about the entire movie is its tone, because going into the movie, it's a lot. It's the first half of the movie is a lot more of a comedic farce than, if someone were to describe this to you as as a horror film. Because when the entire film opens up, there's just this moment. There's this moment of the patients all standing, all standing out into the courtyard of the castle, doing the morning roll call, and they all feel like characters coming out of a Police Academy movie. It's like, and there's even an especially funny joke where like when Kane reaches reaches the castle, and he goes to meet with the doctor. Like he goes to meet who he perceives to be the doctor, because he's wearing the stethoscope and the coat. It's one of the patients who's played by William Peter Bradley. Who like tried to convince him that he was one of the personnel. Is like, no, he was just one of the. He's just one of the patients, and he stole the pants of the actual doctor. And so now he has to walk around with half his uniform. Like the movie, in the very early half is just really funny, and all like intentionally so.
When does the whiplash happen?
In the second half, because the movie explores like a central theme of faith and like sort of human suffering. Because essentially there's a period where Cutshaw and Kane are just having their normal conversations, and the topic of God is brought up, and like Kane, who's a very devoutly religious man, is like debating with Cutshaw the idea of is there a divine plan? Like Kane believes there is God does exist. He I don't really believe we were put here by random chance, because we there's been deeds throughout there's just been moments throughout history where by being a supposed species that lives on survival, we've often just demonstrated extreme acts of self-sacrifice just for the goods of others. That should be proof of we were the product of a divine being. Because but Cutshaw acts as Kane. Well, name one example of just pure self-sacrifice that proves that without a shadow of a doubt that there is an actual God. Kane sort of struggles with it. Then the entire movie is just the relationship between Kane and Cutshaw, and it delves within the idea of a lot of what happens in the movie probably isn't what is actually happening, but because it bleeds between sane and insane, so that moment of just Cutshaw like looking at Jesus on the moon, you know, you could probably say it actually happened, but there's also a point where like probably didn't happen. There's a twist to the movie. I want people to watch. To watch it. Without knowing. Like without knowing the twist. So I will end it there from the synopsis. What's often it's often mentioned about the movie, it's its screenplay, which really good screenplay, because William Peter Blatty is a really good writer. I recommend like anyone who listens to the podcast right now, read, like, if you ever get a chance, read William Peter Blatty.
Bless you.
Bless you. Thank you. Read the Exorcist book. Read the sequel, Legion. You can also read the Ninth Configuration. Because they're all Blatty is just a really good writer. And he's just one of those writers, he's one of those creatives who can really put his faith into his work and not have it come across as a chance for him to try to sermonize to people, because the whole point of Blatty discussing faith comes down to the world may seem like it's nothing but like terrible things happening to good people, but that's just because people in general have lost any sort of, like, his belief is that people in general have lost any sort of belief in anything, so they're resorted to simply act in the means of finding something that brings their life and purpose. Originally William Peter Blatty didn't set out to direct the movie. He wrote the Ninth Configuration after he was done with the Exorcist film, because he kind of thought to himself, hey, there's a novel I want to go back to, and I want to sort of rewrite in a way that I think I can expand upon, because in the novel, more so in the movie, Reagan mentions she has like visions of an astronaut. It's like an astronaut who is stopped from going out of space for going into space for some reason, and so he just thought to himself, "Oh, hey, I want to sort of expand upon that in the novel." So he took an earlier novel he made called Twinkle Twinkle Killer Kane.
What a name!
Yeah, I know. It's a unique name. And then he reworked it to be the Ninth Configuration. So, wait,
That's hell of a progression in naming, though. How'd you go from Twinkle Twinkle to Ninth Configuration?
Because like, even though the Ninth the Ninth Configuration expanded upon the idea of astronauts, the astronaut and like his role in this. The previous book still had like mentions of space and all that stuff, so that's where the Twinkle Twinkle thing came from. So he wrote the novel, and then he wanted to team up with William Friedkin, because despite some misgivings they had on the set of Exorcist, Blatty still thought, hey, Friedkin, he'll be a great match for this, because we did the Exorcist together, and also because like the Ninth Configuration, like the movie, is borders a bit borders on having a lot of comedy in it. And he knows, like, oh, William Friedkin did like comedy movie, and like that matches sort of the tone I struck in my novel. So we'll work together.
Okay.
Like, I think, what is it, like, we could. Like, one thing led to another, and so.
Okay.
Like, it ended up with just Blatty going, oh, well, okay, like, just deciding to direct it himself. And as much as as much as as much as the screenplay is praised, I also want to mention like his Blatty's direction, because here and in Exorcist 3, like there's just moments where even when he didn't, this was his first time behind the chair, he had an eye for it. He transitioned well to being a director. And so like a lot of there's just a lot of great moments that are in both films that attest to that.
Okay.
I don't know what more I can say, like, because, like I said, I don't want to give away the twist, but the twist happens right in the middle of the film, and so like all I can really say is sort of in the same vein as like oddly enough, Changeling. The movie, as much as it is sort of like a bit of, it does border between like horror. It's also a very like very feelings film. Because a lot of it kind of deals with that idea of like the mentally ill and their problems. Like it, and of course, like like whether whether or not there is a God, and does he care? Because like we had this whole big war that happened over on the other end of the world, and right now it really feels like it really doesn't feel like he cares at this moment. So yeah, it's a really good movie. I highly recommend it.
All right, nice. All right then. All right, I guess can I ask then, out of things Peter Blaze written, do you find this like one of his best works?
Yeah. Like it's hard for me to say which one is his absolute best, because The Exorcist feels much different from this, as much as it feels different from Legion or Exorcist 3 just from the film. Where they're all saying very different things, and they have the sort of prominent idea of Blatty's faith, but they're all just like really well made work that like, of course, like as anyone can attest, The Exorcist, is one of the best movies of all time. It was almost, it was nominated for Best Picture. And like this reaches that pinnacle.
Interesting. All right. Exorcist movie. Chelsea. Exorcist. Let me spell it out for you. Exorcist. There we go. Alright. Alright. Okay, well, in that case, then that brings a close to all our topics. So, yeah, there we go. It's one of those shorter podcasts. Let's go! Woo!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Next weekend, I should be done with Twin Peaks season 1 and 2 and the movie, and so we get to have a lot to talk about one of my favorite series, about the only good, the only likable Fed.
The only likable Fed.
Investigating the death of a teenage girl, but with the help of his best friend, who's a sheriff, and
holy shit, a local and a Fed working together. Annie's a good Fed. Pigs are flying.
It says some in society when there's only one good Fed.
For a minute, I thought you said fat.
Fat. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys. Twin Peaks is part of the Star Wars universe.
Wow.
There's a fat. He has dreams of being in a red room with a dancing midget. It's a great time.
All right. When does David Lynch show up?
So, funny enough, David Lynch does have a role in the show. Because David Lynch created the show with Mark Frost. So it is his baby. But like David Lynch has a role in the show. He's section chief Gordon Cole, sort of the Dale Cooper's boss. So he comes up just to check on the investigation, and like the funny thing is David Lynch kind of portrays the character as if he was death, so he's kind of yelling at all of his like he's probably deaf because he has to wear he's almost yelling all of his lines, even when he's in front of someone.
That's great. Don't look away. Let the fear wash over you.
Yeah. Like, do you want any pies? Yeah, sweetie. I want. Give me all of it, and give me some. No. He says, yes. We could buy the truckload, and can you get some water by my way? My socks are burning.
Imagine the load Einstein must have had. Fucking morons everywhere. That's one of my favorite David Lynch quotes. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to be calling the podcast here. So tomorrow should be Sonic Sunday. We'll be continuing Sonic Frontiers. So yay. Alright, so thanks everyone who came. Fuck. Damn it. I looked at what Serena posted in like the VTuber chat real quick, just when Pippa, the title, Pippa laughs at a child getting hit by a car. that got me off guard. Alright, but anyways, thanks everyone who came, and until then, good night!